Welcome to the Explainer. Okay, so we've all been there, right? Staring at that blinking cursor on a blank page. But what if that page could actually think along with you? Well, today we're going to deconstruct DocuGenius. It's a writing tool that's trying to do exactly that. Turn the good old word processor into a super intelligent creative partner. Yeah, you really have to forget what you think you know about word processors. Look, based on its technical docs, DocuGenius isn't just, a place to dump your text. It was built from the ground up to be this active, intelligent workspace that actually understands what you're writing. It's almost like having a collaborator built right in. All right, so here's our game plan. First, we'll meet DocuGenius. Then we'll dive into the AI features in action and the smart engine that makes it all tick. We'll also get into how it keeps the AI in check, its approach to privacy, and what makes it a real writing copilot. Okay, let's dive right in. So what makes DocuGenius so special? Well, to get it, you've got to think about the tools we use every single day. I mean, the word processor, has it really changed much in the last, 20, 30 years? It's basically still just a digital piece of paper. And that's exactly what DocuGenius is trying to change. The whole idea here is a massive shift. You know how right now you have to copy your text, go to some other AI website, paste it in, and then bring it back? DocuGenius says, nope, let's build the intelligence right into the editor. It's using Google's Gemini, and it's built to get the entire context of your document, not just one sentence. It knows the paragraphs that came before, it sees your headings, it gets the tone, all while you're still typing. And this slide just lays it out perfectly. On the one hand, you've got the old way. You do all the formatting manually, you have a basic spell check, and all your other tools are totally disconnected. But on the other hand, you have the DocuGenius way. The AI is context-aware, you can generate different kinds of media, and the whole thing is a visual page engine. It's really the difference between a passive tool and an active partner. Okay, so that's the big picture. But what does this actually mean for you, the user? Like, how does it feel to write in this thing? Let's check out some of the specific AI features that make this whole creative partner idea come to life. Okay, this is where it gets really cool. We are moving way beyond just a text document here. I mean, imagine you just type, create a sketch of a mountain at sunrise, and poof, there it is. Or you describe some complicated workflow, and it just instantly turns into a clean diagram for you. And of course, it does all the tech stuff too, like rewriting a sentence to sound funnier or more professional, but it does it knowing everything else you've already written. So for instance, you could just type a simple command like, create a flowchart for a login process. And what happens is the AI takes that, translates it into code. It uses something called Mermaid.js, which is basically a way to make diagrams from text. And then boom, it renders the visual right there on the page. You don't have to open another app, you don't need any drawing tools, it just happens. But of course, all this power is useless if it's hard to find, right? So the user interface is designed to make all this AI stuff feel totally natural, like it's just part of how you write. You highlight some text, and a little smart toolbar pops up with AI actions. You can just talk to it with voice dictation, and it even creates a page outline for you automatically from your headers, so you can jump around big documents super easily. It's smart. All right, so how on earth does all this actually work? The magic here isn't just the AI model itself. A huge part of it is the document engine, the actual canvas that you're typing on. Deep down at the core of the app, there's this thing called the document viewer. And the best way to think about it is that it's been engineered to think like a professional typesetter, not like a simple, dumb text box. And that one little difference, it's the key to everything. So this engine does three really important things. First, it breaks everything down into pages so it looks exactly like it will when you print it out. No surprises. Second, it's smart enough to automatically move your text to the next page so you don't get any weird overflows or formatting glitches. And third, and this is crucial, it smoothly handles both you typing and the AI making changes at the same time, so the layout never gets messed up. Okay, now we're getting to the really clever technical part. Think about this. How do you let a super powerful AI go in and edit your document without it, accidentally deleting everything or just making a huge mess? Let's see how DocuGenius orchestrates that whole conversation. I mean, this is a huge safety issue, right? You're sending your entire document to an AI, giving it a ton of power. You have to make sure it doesn't get confused and, say, delete all your images just because you asked it to rewrite a paragraph. That would be a disaster. So DocuGenius has this really elegant solution called image tokenization. The best way to picture it is like wrapping every single one of your images in a protective bubble. So before any text is sent to the AI, the app swaps out the image for a safe little placeholder, like a code the AI knows to just leave alone. Then, after the AI sends the new text back, the app just pops the original images right back where they belong. Safe and sound. This whole process is a super reliable 5-step flow, and the most important part is step 4. See, the AI doesn't just send back a messy block of text, it sends back structured data in a format called JSON. Think of it like a very precise set of instructions, telling the app exactly what to change and where. This prevents all sorts of errors and makes sure the AI's edits are applied perfectly every single time. Okay, with all this AI power, there's obviously a massive question that comes up. What about privacy, right? How does DocuGenius handle your private, sensitive documents? Well, the whole system was actually built from the start to tackle that exact problem. And this leads us to a really critical design choice they made for privacy. It's what's called a back-end-less architecture. It's a simple idea, but it has a huge impact. And it means exactly what it says. Your documents never touch a DocuGenius server, period. So here's the bottom line. Your work stays private because it's designed that way. The whole document, everything you write, lives only in your browser's memory. When you use an AI feature, your computer talks directly to the Google Gemini API. There's no middleman, no DocuGenius server somewhere in the cloud, storing or reading your data. It's a direct connection. All right, so let's zoom out a bit. What is all of this? The smart engine, the AI orchestrator, the privacy design, what does it all add up to? Let's connect the dots and talk about why this is such a big deal for how we might create things in the future. I think this quote from their documentation just nails it. It says, DocuGenius is a copilot for writing, and it moves beyond simple chatbots to a fully integrated workspace. And that's the key, right? This isn't about slapping a chatbot in a little window on the side. It's about weaving that intelligence right into the fabric of the tool you're using. So when you pull these 4 big ideas together, you get something that's way more than just a text editor. You've got an AI that actually understands the structure of your document. You've got a visual engine that gives you a perfect print preview. You have the power to create images and diagrams on the fly, and you've got it all wrapped in a privacy-first package. It's all those pieces working together that makes it a real, modern writing environment. And that really is the big question that a project like this leaves you with. In the end, tools like DocuGenius aren't just changing how we write. By making the whole process smarter, more dynamic, more visual, they're actually expanding the very idea of what we can create in the first place.